That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one
can't, we
quick
can't, we
question?
can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey,
We're
Rashad.
gonna go into some basketball. I know some of y'all like, oh, thank Jesus. Finally. Um, Chicago Sky have cut Tilly Boiler, AG Arella Garantes, and Sammy Pusis or Pusais. So shouts out to Sammy. I apologize about your last name. Shout out to AG as always. And shout out to Tilly Boiler, Jackson State, former Jackson State player, turned Memphis product. I was proud of her of going to the league, and she was someone I covered in high school, one of my babies. And so to see her now even make the league is huge. I know she's going to have a successful career overseas and playing professional ball. Hopefully, she can get in AU next offseason and, you know what I'm saying, get back on some radars and get back in the league, man. Keep fighting, keep going. Tilly, I believe you can do it. AG, you guys know AG's story. I feel like AG is someone who would benefit from 15 player rosters. Like, because she's not a bad basketball player at all. I think you guys know that. She's just kind of in that once you get let go by the team that drafted you, you become like one of those journey people where you go from team to team to team, bouncing, just kind of find yourself in no man's land in the league, fighting to keep a roster spot. But she's gonna stay in the league because it was like after the whole LA thing, she finally got picked up by Seattle, and now she's with Chicago, and she just got let go. So I think she's gonna find a landing spot. For Tilly, I think she'll eventually find a landing spot as long as she keeps going and doesn't quit basketball. And for Sammy, I'm just not that familiar with Sammy. I apologize, but I wish the best for you as well. Okay, and next thing we're staying on alongside what's going on. The news, the first wave of cuts in the WNBA. Hold on, this isn't the one that I was looking for. Where's the one I was looking? Oh, it's just not here. Uh, hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Give me a second here. Let me see. What are we talking about? Where are we at? All right, give me a second. What are you talking about? All right, here we go. We got it. So the Dallas Wings, they've cut Kiki Herbert Harrigan and Mackenzie Forbes. Kiki, of course, the former South Carolina standout in the front court. And she's played on a couple different teams and kind of found herself, as in a backup role for a couple different teams. So I assume just because of her prior experience, she'll find some team to eventually stick with this season. If not, then she might be just a floating player who goes on a couple different teams, but she'll find herself in the league this year. Mackenzie Forbes, the hometown kid drafted from USC to LA to the LA Sparks, and I believe got cut there. So now she tries with Dallas, gets cut there. She's a bucket. But it's difficult to make that team. They made so many offseason moves that it was kind of like obvious that the priority were those offseason moves, and of course their draft picks as well. So best of luck to those two young ladies. These are two kind of more seasoned players in the league as opposed to Tilly Boiler. So they should, I don't know, hopefully just keep going like as always, man. We'll see what happens. So, and then the Cheyenne Sellers story, the biggest cut news of the day. Cheyenne Sellers like kind of got cut in the first wave of cuts for the Golden State Valkyries. And I thought that was kind of whack because it was, you know what I'm saying? It was a rookie, but as a high draft pick that got cut this early. You know what I'm saying? And of course, this isn't the first time we've seen it, and it won't be the last time we've seen it in the WNBA. But this was really sad because I remember her on the carpet. She had such a great career at Maryland, and she gets on the carpet, and the host butchered her name. Like she said, she called her somebody else, right? And then Rakia Jackson was like, "Oh yes," and then she named a whole nother prospect, bro. Like it was bad. And so for her to be like kind of like embarrassed like that, the video went viral on the carpet. Then to come into camp and get, you know what I'm saying? After I don't even think Golden State played their first game yet. Get cut before her first game to really show a chance of her skill and everything like that in real game time action is it's embarrassing. It's whack. And I just want her to keep her head up for sure because she did have an amazing career at Maryland. And yeah, man, I wish her the best that she has a really, really good WNBA career because she deserves to have one. And she's earned it. Like she works hard, bro. She works hard. Hard on. Let me see if I can find this clip with Rakia Jackson and the other host. Where we at? Where we at? WNBA. I'm trying to find it. Where we at? Cheyenne. Where we at? Where we at when they got it wrong on the carpet? They call her something else. It was a thing. Carpet. Oh, here it is. Found
Back live on the carpet. I'm here with Anissa and Rakia.
Anissa. There you go. And then Rakia.
And we are holding it down right now. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
It's okay.
Sorry. What?
Go ahead, say your name.
Cheyenne Zellers. I'm so sorry. That is embarrassing.
No, it's
I
okay.
read the wrong card. I'm
That's
so
okay.
sorry. Go ahead. My bad. I was like, wait a second.
Sanaya, you're out.
All right. That's not funny. That's not funny. But it's bad, bro. It's bad. This kid wasn't given a fair shake by the WNBA or the Golden State Valkyries. It's whack. I don't approve of it. I don't co-sign it. And yeah, I think it's whack. Here you go. So Kendra Andrews, she said this from Natalie, that I believe that's the coach, right? Yeah, that's the coach. Nasake on the move. She picked up everything we asked her to, did everything we asked. It's just that we have to choose the best 12 best players that are going to fit. It doesn't mean the most talented. It means the best 12. What does that even mean? The best 12. She means the best 12 fits on the team, not the best players, but the best fits for the team. Is that what she's trying to say? I guess that kind of makes sense. Sounds like the same thing. The best 12 versus the most talented 12. And then it's an expansion team. Like, geez Louise, like, what are you trying to do? Like, we fighting very hard to compete for the final playoff spot. Like, just be an expansion team, bro. Let your young players develop, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to having vets on the team just to have vets on the team that aren't going to keep, going to keep you in kind of, what do they call it when you're in the middle of it? When you're in the middle, they're going to keep you kind of in the middle of things and stuff like that. Prioritize the young blood, in my opinion, with an expansion team because it's a young franchise. So prioritize the young blood. Kareem Copeland said, I'm told Sellers passed medical exams before leaving Maryland and was with the Valkyries. The knee wasn't an issue or factor in this decision. She was diagnosed with the PCL sprain against Texas in late January, a 12-week recovery, and she was moving fine in camp. So, yeah, it wasn't an injury. She was just cut. If she didn't fit the best 12 for your roster makeup, why did you draft her? I don't know. You treated her wrong from day zero. Embarrassed her and then cut her before her first preseason game. Boo, tomatoes. I'm throwing tomatoes. The Valkyries lost 8,000 followers, apparently, reportedly, according to this Paige Becker's fan account on X, on Twitter. So if that's true, I have no sympathy for them because it's just, you're losing fans already before your first game. Come on, man. What are we doing? So I say all this to say I wanted to give my WNBA recommendations to kind of cut down on this stuff in terms of controversial, high profile cuts and injuries with like rookies in particular, but all the players. And wait, hold on. Do I have the Katie Lou news on here? Yo, Katie Lou, I believe tore her ACL, man. Definitely prayers up to Katie Lou, dog. That is whack. Hate to see it. Let me see. Prayer hands up for Katie Lou for sure. Let me see. Yep, ACL. Prayers up for Katie Lou, y'all. Prayers up for Katie Lou, man. She tore her ACL during practice. You know, she recently had her family thing. She's expected to miss the season alongside teammates Nika Mule. Oh, this is all from Seattle? Yikes, Seattle. But yeah, Nika Mule and Jordan Horson, who also suffered torn ACLs. Yeah, this is kind of my plan or like suggestion for the WNBA. And it definitely much more easier said than done. That's why you have the big wigs in the offices that they're in to figure out how to get these things done. But I say you have to draft a month after the championship. Hold on, give me a second. Have the draft a month after the championship. So you have the championship in April. No. Scratch that. Let me see what draft day is. Hold on. WNBA draft day 2025. Okay. So draft day this year was April 14th. The NCAA championship game, NCAA Women's Basketball Championship, Basketball Championship 2025. Date. Let me get a date. So the Women's Basketball Championship was April 6th, and the draft was April 14th. What I would do is I'll give them at least a month. So I'll put the draft at May 6th. You have at least some semblance of a real pre-draft process where you have combine and all of the things, scouting, real time interviews, pre-draft interviews. You get to know the prospects that you're going to draft, everything like that, so you know the best fit. You can make the best possible decision for your team. You get about 4 weeks to do it. Okay, so we end the season April 6th and we draft May 6th. Okay, so that's what we're going to do to start off. Now you do the draft May 6th. You go right into training camp. Training camp is going to start May 13th. Okay, May 13th through, we say, 2 weeks. So let's get in calendar. May 13th, 2 weeks. May 13th. That'll be Tuesday, 2 weeks. That puts you at May 27th. Okay. May 27th. That's right after Memorial Day. So you get 2 weeks of preseason and training camp. And then you're going to start that weekend. So the end of May, you're going to start the season May 30th. We're going to go May 30th all the way down to, hold on, let me switch the camera. I fell asleep. We're going to go May 30th. We're going to go May 30th all the way down to the end of the regular season will be the end of November. And then playoffs is going all the way through Christmas week. Like, so the week of Christmas will be the WNBA finals. And the WNBA finals final game will be on Christmas Eve or 2 days before Christmas. Because nobody cares about nobody cares about the NBA for real until Christmas Day. And plus, you start the season during the NBA's most important time, which is the playoffs and stuff like that in the first. So you can't even say, oh, competing with the NBA. It's kind of like a contradiction. So nobody cares about the NBA until Christmas Day. And then B, you already have basketball going on during football. You know how a lot of people, because you have basketball during the playoffs, right? during the start of the NFL. So the whole, oh, they got to compete with the NFL. They already compete with the NFL. They already compete with the NBA. People who want to watch the games are going to want to watch the games, period. All right. So you have those two things going on. And then with college basketball, nobody really cares about the early season matchups. Of course, those opening week classics, they have a lot of good high profile, high ranked games and stuff like that. But after that, there's a drop off. There's a drop off of just kind of nothing for the month of like November and December, right? And the only time is like during the holiday tournaments during Thanksgiving, bro. That's it. That's it. That's the only time that there are like any type of engaging games for real, for real. And then UConn might just, because they're kind of, Gino's like a sicko, he might schedule some high ranked opponent and UConn will give us a good game with a high ranked opponent randomly for non conference in November or December. But that's it. There's not many big games in those first couple months outside of the opening week classics and Thanksgiving break. So, okay, if you don't have to worry about any of that, then you're good to go. It makes the season longer. If you want to make the season longer, you do it like that. You give the players more time to recover. You give teams a chance to make better decisions on who they're drafting into their organizations. It's just all around better thing. And then, okay, what were we talking about? We were talking about that. To also help, you expand the rosters to 15. When you expand the rosters to 15, you're not dealing with such high pressure cuts. And then you're also not dealing with players just getting hurt. Because if you only have 12 players and the rotation's only 8 people, you're already starting off with the short lease. When you start off with the short lease, you're just opening up the way for, people to get hurt because they're constantly playing. If I'm playing on a short lease in the off season, and then I'm playing with a shorter release in the regular season, and you're expanding the season from 40 games or from 38 games to 40 games, then 40 games to 44 games, and you're not even changing the rosters at all, the roster dynamics at all. You're just setting the players up for failure. And that's what we're starting to see here, of the players' bodies just breaking down at a more rapid rate. So I think those are some of the things that I would do to fix the WNBA if I was the commissioner. Like I said, it's easier said than done, but that's the reason why the people and the big wigs are up in the front offices to get all of those things done and figure out how it works logistically and financially and with the sponsors and stuff like that. And I think Unrivaled said a lot when they did it within a year's time. Like they had a problem, they saw a problem, they got sponsorship for it, and they did it like within a year. So we'll see how that affects the WNBA, if it does at all. And yeah.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.